We are Insight Agents. Today, we're introducing Insight Talent AI, a platform designed to open the black box of hiring. Our goal is simple: help organizations discover talent based on real skills, not just keywords, using AI that is transparent, fair, and privacy first. Let's start with the problem we see in hiring today. Today, many hiring systems rely heavily on keyword filters. This leads to four key problems. First, qualified talent is often overlooked because systems miss transferable skills. Second, many AI tools operate as black boxes with no clear explanation behind decisions. Third, this creates bias and compliance risks. And finally, candidates receive little to no feedback on how to improve. In fact, 59% of workers will need new skills by 2030. Yet, hiring systems still struggle to recognize evolving talent. So, how do we fix this? We built Insight Talent AI. At the center is our AI assistant, the Insight Agent. It analyzes candidates' skills, experience, and job requirements to identify strong role matches using semantic AI, not simple keyword filtering. This allows the system to understand real skills and transferable capabilities. And when candidates aren't fully qualified yet, it identifies skill gaps and generates personalized upskilling paths. This transforms hiring from a filtering process into a talent discovery system. But for AI in hiring, accuracy alone isn't enough. Trust is critical. That's why Insight Talent AI is built with governance at its core. The system continuously monitors for bias and fairness across all decisions. Candidate data is protected through a privacy first design, and every decision is recorded in audit logs for full transparency and accountability. This allows organizations to confidently use AI in hiring, knowing every decision is fair, secure, and accountable. But what does this actually enable in the real world? With Insight Talent AI, organizations move beyond keyword based hiring to true skill based talent discovery. Hiring becomes faster, matching becomes more accurate, and decisions become transparent. When skill gaps exist, the platform guides workforce growth through upskilling. The result is better decisions, stronger teams, and more adaptive workforce. Insight Talent AI is built on real world data and proven AI methods. We combine workforce data with semantic AI to understand skills, not just keywords, and match candidates more accurately. Structured scoring keeps every recommendation consistent and transparent. So, how does this work in practice? Here's how Insight Talent AI works in practice. First, the system collects job and workforce data from trusted sources. Next, it uses semantic AI to match candidate skills to role requirements, going beyond simple keyword matching. Then, each result is scored, explained, and checked for fairness. Finally, all decisions are logged to ensure transparency and compliance. The result is a skill based explainable talent matching system. Behind the scenes, here's how the system is designed. The diagram shows how Insight Talent AI works behind the scenes. The system is intentionally designed in three layers: the interface, back end, and AI engine to ensure security, scalability, and control. When data enters the system, it first passes through a privacy layer where sensitive information is removed before any processing occurs. From there, the AI engine performs semantic matching to map skills to roles, going beyond keywords to understand real capabilities. Each result is then scored and explained separately. We refer to this as the calculator and narrator, where one component determines the match and another explains it. This ensures the system remains transparent without ever influencing outcomes. At the same time, bias checks are performed and decisions are logged to support accountability and auditing. The result is a system that is not only accurate, but also secure, scalable, and fully explainable. Now, let's see how this works in practice.
This is our demo website. As you can see, we have created 5 synthetic profiles, starting from a senior Java developer all the way to a professional chef with no job board matching on our database. And we also have a CS student beginner to compare to the senior Java developer. And then we also have 2 other profiles just for demonstrating other professions. When the user first log in, they'll be presented with a profile dashboard. Here the user has an option to upload their resume. The extraction is done through the AI agent. There's also an option to manually put in their information, which is professional skills, certifications, projects, education, and work experience. This is where the AI agent is capable of understanding the user, and these are just what the AI agent needs. On the side here, you'll also see Insight Career Agent. This is where the user is able to interact with the agent. There's pre-prompts and then manual prompting, where it's only capable and strictly career focused. The 2 things we want to focus here is gap analysis and recommend jobs. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and look at the AI setting. As you can see, there's multiple AI provider setting that we have here. There's Site LLM, Local, Google Gemini, OpenAI, and Anthropic Claude. For Site LLM, this is the hardware that's hosting the website, and they can limit which model that the user can use for chat model and resume extraction model, or Local, which is the user who has a hardware that's capable and want their own privacy and data. Then there's also the API that the user, if they have one and they want to use it. In this case, we'll be using the Anthropic Claude with our secret code to run it here. Let's go ahead and do a resume extraction example. In this case, we'll be extracting this resume. I've redacted some information up here, and this is what the user has. So we'll go ahead and upload a profile. It'll take a second to extract the information. Here it'll detect the resume and it'll give what it has and extract all that it's capable of for the 5 categories, and the user can manually add it or just remove it in order to allow for them to confirm if the AI extracted it correctly. Now let's go ahead and check the job board. These are active roles. We'll go ahead and click on the recommend all. This is the same as running a recommend button on the agent. But we're just running it on all 5 profiles. As you can see on here, it shows that there is a poor fit for the professional chef, and it gives like other roles, but we'll go ahead and just it's just like the logistic roles or leadership skills, which is transferable skills. So we will go ahead and try to put him in logistics coordinator just to show that it is talking about transferable skills. Here you can see that it recommends the service help desk for IT. Also shows other paths and upskilling. We'll go ahead and run this for all the others. As you can see, it also shows other that requires more, but we'll just run it to compare with the senior Java developer. Then we'll go ahead and run a gap analysis for all of them. It'll take a moment to process for all of them. Here, as you can see, it's done processing. It'll go ahead and give insights on the user. Strings, just reality checks on them, critical skill gaps, recommendation paths for going forward, such as phases. Then under here is the why this assessment. This is the most important part because it is a deterministic calculation that's done on the hardware side, and it gets a fit of 38%. The calculations are done through the education, seniority, competitiveness, projects, skills, career stage, and experience. And the experience is also calculated in years of work, but also with years that's relevant to the work. Then it also gives upskilling plans for the users and just ability to consider. So as you can see here, it tells why the senior Java developer fits this role. You'll also see why the nursing also gives her the reasons to, with upskilling plan and abilities to consider. There's also the IT. Then there's the chef. Here it also says that it says the reasoning to why also allows for the users to get insight on whether they want to pivot or not. And here are the transferable skills that it brings into the role. Then just the same upskilling paths and just insight with the Y assessment card and upskilling plans with all these. Next is governance. Our system also provides governance. The fairness score, which is bias, and it is measured based on intent rather than keyword because it can cause false flags. Then we have privacy redactions, total decisions that's been made, and what's been flagged for review. Then we also have the decision outcomes, the activity breakdown, and bias triggers that's been detected. Then under here we have the decision log audit. As you can see, it shows the timestamp, the user's number, no name, the decision that they've been given, and then whether it's been redacted or not, and the fairness of it, along with which model has been used. Here you can see that this is the card, the reasons as like the user got from the generation. Then there's also the model configuration showing the provider, the model, resume model, and the source. This is important because we want to know which model is being used because we allow them to change and pick which one they want. There's the user input, and then it also shows the output in a sanitized version. As you can see, it says redact the name. And then there's the bias report where it determines if it's clean, the score based on decimals, flags, words that has been flagged, the severity of it, breakdown, whether it's high, medium, or low.
Stepping back, this isn't just a better hiring tool, it's built to meet real-world regulation standards. Globally, frameworks like the EU AI Act and GDPR require transparency and accountability in automated decisions. In the US, guidelines from the EEOC and NIST emphasize fairness and responsible AI use. And at the same time, regulations reinforce the need for explainability and consent. Inside Talent is designed with these requirements in mind, with built in audit logs, bias monitoring, and human oversight. This allows organizations to stay compliant while making smarter hiring decisions. So, bringing everything together. At its core, Inside Talent AI is about unlocking talent through skills, not just keywords. By combining explainable AI with privacy first design, we create a system organizations can trust. This leads to more accurate hiring, faster decisions, and stronger workforce development. But most importantly, It doesn't just help organizations fill roles, it helps them grow people into them. Because the future of hiring isn't about filtering people out, it's about finally seeing their potential. Thank you.